Well, you guys, I really hope you watched the video from yesterday and you ended up taking that Bitcoin trade because that was fantastic, if I do say so myself. Now, today, the setup on Bitcoin is looking a little bit more clear compared to yesterday. If you guys recall, I was mentioning that Bitcoin was kind of like 70-30, and today it's looking slightly cleaner. Now, besides that, I'm also going to share like 2 or 3 different Forex setups and just something that I've already identified that is going to be good for today. And so without any further ado, let's dive right into it. Well, anyways, let's kick things off first with Bitcoin, because ultimately we are still a crypto channel. We should start things off on Bitcoin. So right here, you have that daily fair value gap that obviously I was already mentioning yesterday that price would come in and potentially get rejected. And in terms of the weekly chart, obviously that fair value gap extends a little bit bigger. So even though we have a bullish weekly bias, this can be a little bit misleading because you're coming straight into higher high frame resistance. In this case here, the more likely outcome is probably that price gets rejected off of the fair value gap, and this week we actually end up going down instead. And that is the case so far to start the week off. Now, Monday, yesterday, we already predicted this, like price was going to dump. That's why even though we had a bullish bias technically yesterday, we were looking for a short because, well, yeah, for the reasons that I've already mentioned. Now, in terms of the daily chart today, we are dealing with a bearish daily bias. And so far, we've got a couple of liquidity levels over there. Now, one of the key lessons that I want to share in regards to why I am immediately just looking for this liquidity level, it has a lot to do with understanding how liquidity works in the first place. The thing is, like, markets always move between, buy side objectives and sell side objectives. And once you've taken the buy side objective, you tend to go for the sell side. So if you take a look here, right, we've already swept out the previous weekly high. We've already filled in that higher high frame fair value gap, higher high frame, order block or whatever. We've already filled in that higher time frame fair value gap. So all that remains to do is to go down, right? And that's, that's currently what's happening. But there are only 2 ways that this can play out. One is that you kind of find support at this bullish order block over here and you start to pump. Now, that could be the case, right? We do not know until at the very least 2 or 3 more days. But right now, because we have a bearish daily bias, immediately we're looking for shorts, and there is no way, like, we're already in the order block, If we're going to look for a short, like, I don't want to just set some arbitrary target. I'm just going to make the assumption, like, when I say assumption, people usually think that, you don't want to make assumptions about the market because, that's bad, right? Shouldn't you be able to have an accurate prediction of the markets? The truth is no. At the end of the day, almost everything that we do inside the market is an educated guess, because the only thing certain about the financial markets is that everything is always, like, there's always going to be some element of uncertainty. Right here, this is just an educated guess, right? It's the same thing that I did yesterday where I was like, okay, even though we're dealing with a bullish weekly bias and a bullish daily bias, based on my educated guess because of this and that, I think the market is going to go down, right? Does it mean that I'm going to have a 100% success rate? Absolutely not. This is a similar case right here where we have a bearish daily bias. Now, I could be wrong today where, we might just find support and did it, this daily order block and we path from this one onwards. But based on what I'm seeing in the markets at the moment and how I am painting the narrative on the higher time frame, for example, okay, step 1, you can fill this in. Step 2, you're going to fail to retrace. And step 3, you're going to take this out. And like, just based on the story that I'm building right now, I think it's plausible, right? It's reasonable. So anyways, we have a bearish daily bias. Once I go down into the 1 hourly chart, this is going to get confirmed like a lot more. So yeah, let's actually confirm this on a 1 hourly chart. So in about 40 minutes or so, now I don't know if this is actually going to happen in the next 40 minutes, but in the event that we get a candle close beneath $76,600, that is going to be a confirmed hourly CISD, and this entire block here is going to become a bearish resistance level for you to take advantage of, like price does this, and then you're heading lower. Now, don't get me wrong, in terms of the hourly chart, you are already very much bearish. Like, just the fact that you've closed beneath this level that I marked out from yesterday already means that you are bearish. And look what we have here. Like, in the event that you took a trade yesterday, this would have been the absolute perfect target. I already mentioned it yesterday. Any one of these liquidity levels would have been good. And like, yeah, this was just, kind of textbook. Now today, we're probably looking at something similar here, right? During a New York session, you're going to wait for the price to get into these PD arrays. Now, again, there's 40 minutes left until this kind of closes. So we cannot say for certain yet, as of the time that I'm recording this video, that the CISD is already in. But the moment that it's in, you're just going to look for it to go down. And that is going to be the setup for Bitcoin. And in terms of, kind of like daily targets, again, like we're already in this kind of like bearish order block. Feel free to just use these hourly liquidity levels as targets. But overall, you've already swept out the range high using this move over here. And like as soon as you break lower, then yeah, there's going to be basically like a range breakdown. Now, there's still a chance where, taking out the range low means that, you'll still head back to the range high, but that will not be the case for today, right? Because one of the core things that, we understand about the system that we're trading is that we trade only when there's time frame alignment. Basically, we go long when the daily hourly and 5-minute are all pointing in the same direction, and we go short when all 3 timeframes are pointing in the same direction. And there is a chance that price could actually pump because we have a very steady bias today, which is going to focus on shorts. It's a methodology that has served me really well. Case in point, I have about a 75% win rate across a year and a half of kind of documenting my trade so far. And, it doesn't happen by coincidence, right? It's because we're following a prudent framework. Now, if you'd like to learn this proven framework and work basically one-on-one with me as well as my team, where we handhold you through every process of trading, feel free to click the first link in the description box below. If you're not interested, feel free to not check it out. And if you've been trading for a while and you still haven't made it work, chances are you've just never received direct, kind of like guidance or coaching. If that sounds like you, then it's probably going to be helpful. Check it out. But if not, no pressure. Feel free to just completely skip this. Anyways, now that we're done with Bitcoin, again, we are only going to look for a trade in the event that that condition over there is met. Without it, we're not going to be looking for a trade. And secondly, obviously, if price starts to just kind of pump straight on up, I will make an update considering it's only 3 a.m. During the New York Sun. Considering it's only 3 a.m. New York time, more than happy to make another update later as we get through the New York session. So make sure you follow me on Twitter. And speaking about Twitter, I've already posted. If you guys are already following me, you will have seen that I've already posted a few trades. Now, this is something that I post to Blueprint every single day, but just for today, I'm posting it onto Twitter. So let's talk about them. These are basically the clearest setups that I see after doing an initial scan before the London session began. So in terms of oil, you're looking at a bullish steady bias. In terms of that 1 hourly, you have gotten a 1 hourly CISD. So right now, you're literally just looking for price to come back here, which it has. Oh, I just realized I probably missed this setup then. Yeah, okay. Price literally comes back, and then now it's starting to pump. So yeah, I definitely missed the setup. I was making coffee, drinking tea, taking a shower. So yeah, I definitely missed this. But hey, right here, right now, this is a new 5-minute order block. This I'm probably not going to miss. But yeah, oil looking super clean. There is reason to believe that, oil is going to continue to go up. Now, in terms of Australian dollar and Euro USD, you're looking at a very similar setup. Australian dollar, actually, in this case, has already kind of invalidated this. So we're not going to look at this anymore. Euro has also, in fact, invalidated this already. So yeah, no trade. So oil remains the, kind of the breadwinner for today. I think it's going to be the moneymaker alongside Bitcoin, which I don't usually say because Bitcoin has been really, really choppy recently. Otherwise, yeah, for any updates, I'm going to post it onto Twitter. And guys, take care. I'll see you later.